Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, we are going to continue our topic from metallurgy, and that is the last topic for this chapter, that is refining of metals. We have seen in our previous videos how ores are concentrated and how metals are extracted. Now we are going to learn how metals can be refined. Okay. So metals obtained from the various reduction process described in the previous videos are not very pure. They contain impurities. These impurities need to be separated to obtain pure metal. Right? Electrolysis method is used to obtain pure metals from impure metals. Impure metals means the metals which have some impurities in them. Okay. So we need to refine these metals. How we are going to do it? So we need to purify these metals. Now sometimes corrosion of metals take place. That is rusting of iron articles which will cause large financial losses. Thus corrosion of iron, that is rusting, is a very big problem. So we need to get rid of that also. Correct? So, corrosion of metals. Iron reacts with moist air and a deposit of reddish substance, as you can see in the picture, that is Fe2O3.H2O, that is iron oxide, is formed on it. This substance is called as rust. You can see rusted shackles over here. Also, carbon dioxide in moist air reacts with the surface of copper vessel. This copper loses its luster due to formation of greenish layer of copper carbonate on its surface, because carbon dioxide will react with copper and form copper carbonate on its surface, right? This is called as patination of copper. Here also you can see that how the copper cladded the Statue of Liberty, right, which was made around 300 years ago. Now it has turned green. Also, on exposure to air, silver articles turn blackish after some time. This is because of the layer of silver sulfide formed by the reaction of silver with hydrogen sulfide which is present in the air. You can see tarnished silver article in the picture. Followed by oxidation of aluminium, a thin layer of aluminium oxide forms on it. Here oxidized aluminium is shown. Correct? So these are some articles which you saw which are already corroded. So how do we prevent this corrosion? Various methods are used to protect metals from corrosion. Special attention is paid in almost all the methods so that iron doesn't rust. We can lower the rate of the process of rusting of iron. Corrosion of metals can be stopped by keeping metals isolated from a direct contact with air, because oxygen is the main reactant for causing corrosion, right? The prevention of corrosion can be achieved by various ways. Some of these methods are to fix a layer of some substance on the metal surface. What will happen with this? There will be no contact of metal with the moisture and oxygen in the air. Correct? Therefore, no reaction would occur. That is one way. Second way is you can apply a layer of paint, oil, grease or varnish on the iron surface. Correct? For example, corrosion of iron can be prevented by this method. We cannot protect the articles permanently from rusting by painting them, because within short period of time even the paint will go. Correct? Suppose if there is scratch on the paint, then it will again start rusting and the rusting will then continue. Corrosion can be prevented by putting a layer of non-corrodible metal on a corrodible metal. Now this can be done in many ways. Let us see how we can do it. First is galvanizing. What do we do in galvanizing? In this method, a thin layer of zinc is applied to prevent corrosion of iron or steel. For example, you have seen shining iron nails or pins, correct? Now what we do is, in this method, corrosion of zinc occurs first because zinc is more electropositive than iron. So that iron surface is protected because zinc is on it, right? So you can see here the processes are shown. Caustic cleaning, where the iron is cleaned in the sodium hydroxide, then rinsing, it is rinsed, then you pick it, rinse it again, then put it in the flux solution, dry it, put it in the zinc, allow it for cooling. So zinc will be coated on the iron articles. Then tinning. What do we do in this method? In this method, a layer of molten tin is deposited on the metals. We call this as kalai. A greenish layer forms on the surface of a copper or brass vessel. This greenish layer is poisonous. If buttermilk or curry is placed in such a vessel, it gets spoiled. So for those things, tinning is done to prevent such damages. Next process is anodizing. What we do is, in this method, metals like copper, aluminium, they are coated with a thin and strong layer of their oxides by means of electrolysis. Right? So you will put a layer of another metal on a particular metal. For this, the copper or aluminium article is used as anode. Anode will be positively charged. Okay. As this oxide layer is strong and uniform all over the surface, it is useful for prevention of the corrosion of metal. There will be no corrosion because on the metal base there is a layer of another element. What we do is, when aluminium is anodized, the thin layer of aluminium oxide is formed. It obstructs the contact of aluminium with oxygen and water, and this will prevent further oxidation. Followed, this protection can be further increased by making the oxide layer thicker during the anodization. You will increase the amount of anodization you are doing. Followed, so the thicker the layer, it will be better to prevent the rusting. Next is electroplating. In this method, a less reactive metal is coated on a more reactive metal by electrolysis. Silver plated spoons, gold plated ornaments are the examples of electroplating. Then alloying. So majority of the metallic substances used presently are in the form of alloys. The main intention behind this is to decrease the intensity of corrosion of metals. What do we do here is, the homogeneous mixture formed by mixing a metal with other metals or non-metals in certain proportion is called as an alloy. Okay. So we are mixing another metal or non-metal with the given metal in a particular proportion. For example, bronze is an alloy formed by 90% copper, 10% tin. Now this bronze statues will not get affected by the sun or rain. Then stainless steel does not get stains with air or water and also doesn't rust. It is also an alloy which is made up of 74% iron, 18% chromium and 8% carbon. Also the various types of coins which we use, they are also made up of alloys. Now when one of the metals in an alloy is mercury, the alloy is called as amalgam. For example, sodium amalgam, zinc amalgam. Silver amalgam was earlier used by dentists, and also gold amalgam is used for extraction of gold. Followed. Thank you so much students for watching the video.